Hello everyone, so welcome to my YouTube channel. And in our last class, we already have covered up the routing information protocol version 1, and now we are going to discuss about the routing information protocol version 2. So if I talk about the routing information protocol, it is a layer 3 protocol and it is a part of dynamic routing protocol that is used to forward the routing information dynamically through the networks. Okay, there are several protocols that we are going to discuss about that. If I talk about the difference between the routing information protocol version 1 and version 2 is that routing information protocol version 2 does the multicast, and it also supports the classless routing protocol. It is also called classless routing protocol because it supports the subnetting. Well, let me share my screen and we'll go further. Well, let's talk about the routing information protocol version 2 and we'll do the comparison in between the routing information protocol version 1 and version 2. So routing information protocol version 1 is a classful protocol. That it means it will support the limited classes of IP addresses. But if I talk about the routing information protocol version 2, it is a classless protocol. That is means it will support the subnetting. FLSM as well as variable length subnet mask will also be supported. If I talk about the routing information protocol version 2, so it is also does the multicast process to send the regular updates. That is why it will reduce the unnecessary load, and it also includes the authentication process in form of keychain, and it will also forward the updates in form of authentication. That is means somehow there is a security processor in the routing information protocol version 2. Now we are going to, so this is our network that we are going to do the configuration via routing information protocol version 2. First of all, we will configure the routing information router 1, then we will do the configuration on router number 2. Okay. If I talk about the configuration part of the routing information protocol version 2, how we can do, first of all, we have to go to global configuration mode, then put a command router rep, then version 2. So this command is used to enable the version 2 of the routing information protocol, else the routing information protocol will be automatically applicable over the network. Okay. Then you have to define the network over here like you did in the previous example. Okay. In routing information protocols, we already have a network that we have to do the configuration over here. So first of all, let's provide the IP address to the PCs. So I will go to PC 192.168.10.2 is the IP address and 10.1 is the subnet mask. Let's do the config. Let's provide the IP address on other PC also 192.168.12.2 and 12.1 is the gateway for the same. Okay. Let's do the configuration on router 1. So here I will provide the IP address in this case. So go to global configuration mode, enable configuring terminal interface G0/0/0. On this interface, you can see the IP address available is 192.168.10.1. On G0/0/1, the IP address is 192.168.11.1. So let's provide the IP address 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask over here. Okay. But dear, you also have to provide a command no shutdown to turn on the interface manually. Okay. Because in case of routing routers, we have to manually up the interfaces. Now let's provide the IP address to another interface. Interface G 0/0/1 no shutdown. IP address is 192.168.11.1 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask. Okay, let's go to another router. Okay, and we'll also repeat the same procedure. So go to global configuration mode. First of all, enable by putting the command enable configuring terminal. Okay, interface G0/0/0/0 no shutdown. The IP address is 192.168.12.1 and 255.255.255.0. On another interface G0/0/1, no shutdown, the IP address will be 192.168.11.11.2. IP address is 192.168.11.2, 255.255.255.0. Okay, now we're going to do the routing information protocol version 2 configuration on the routers. Okay, on first router, first of all, we will do the same. So how we can do that? Put the command router rip. Okay, this will enable the routing information protocol, but you have to define the version in that case. So version 2, the command version 2 must be put in after this. Now you have just enabled the version 2. Now define the network. Okay. Network is 192.168.10.0 and 192.168.11.0. Accept. Okay. On another router, we will also repeat the same. Okay. Router rip. Okay. Version 2. Network 192.168.11.0 and 192.168.12.0. That's all. Okay. Now, whenever I will put a command show IP protocols, you can see that RIP protocol is working here. Okay. And version 2 is enabled and everything is same except of multicasting. So the RIP protocol does the multicast, and the multicast address is 224.0.0.2, 224.0.0.9. But you cannot track that multicast address in the key in the but you cannot track this uh, but you cannot track the packets of multicast in case of what? Cisco packet tracer. For that, we have to switch to the GNS. So let's go to GNS and we will create a simple network to check the multicast messages in case of routing information protocol. Okay, let's create a project, new blank project, that is RIP version 2. Okay, now let's take two routers in that case. Let me take two router and connect them via cable. This cable is used to connect the routers in between these two. Okay, so we have just connected two routers. Okay, so first of all, we have to turn on both of the devices. So once the devices will be turned on, we can capture the packet by the help of Wireshark in that case. So we have to click start capture over here, and this will enable the Wireshark in that case. Okay, so here you can see there's no packet has been forwarded. Okay. Now let's go to routers. On router 1 and router 2, first of all, provide the IP address. Let us assume the network shared by them is 192.168.10.0. Okay. And there are two IP address allotted on the behalf of this network. Before that, let me click on view and show hide interface label. So you can see FA0/0/0 is provided, the interface used in case of routers. Okay, let's go to router number 1 and we'll provide the IP address. In that case, let us assume the IP address is 192.168.10.1 and 192.168.10.2 is available on router number 2. Okay, let's do the configuration over here. So this is the console part of the router 1. This is router 2 console part. Okay. On router number 1, go to global configuration mode. Okay. First of all, provide the IP address. Okay. So interface F0/0, no shutdown. Okay. Then IP address is 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. So we have just provided the IP address. You can see the gracious ARP will be automatically generated. This is called a gracious ARP. This will only broadcast a packet in which the source and destination IP address will be same. If you will double click this up packet, you will find that the source and destination is same in this case. Okay, sender IP address and target IP address are same. But we don't know the target MAC address because this packet has been forwarded to forward the MAC address information for its own to other devices. Okay. Let's go to router number 2 and we'll also repeat the same. Okay, so configuring terminal interface F0/0, no shutdown. Okay, IP address 192.168.10.2 and 255.255.255.0. Okay, so you can see the another gracious app will be forwarded, and in this case also the source and destination will be the same 192.168.10.2. That is means this is generated to provide its own information to others. Okay, like other router. Okay, now we are going to configure the routing information protocol version 2 first of all. So for that we have to go to router number 1. Okay, first of all we will configure the router number 1 router rip. This command will enable the routing information protocol. Then you have to provide the version information by putting the command version 2. The routing information protocol will be started. Let's see any packet has been forwarded or not. So still there you can see there's no packet for the routing information protocol. Okay, now advertise the network. The network shared by both of these router is 192.168.10.1. So put this network 192.168.10.0 in this case. Whenever you will press enter, you can see that a multicast message will be automatically generated. In the destination, you can see the version 2 will do the multicast address will do the multicast, and the multicast address will be 224.0.0.9. Okay, this is the multicast address reserved for the routing information protocol version 2. Let's do the same on other also, then the neighborship will be formed. Okay, so to enable the routing information protocol, put the command router rip. Okay, then provide the information of version 2, then define the network 192.168.10.0. So here you can see the packet has been generated by the and the multicast address is 224.0.0.9 in case of RIP version 2. Okay, well, the motive of this configuration is to show you the multicast packet generated by the routing information protocol. Let's do the deep dive about this packet. So, first of all, it is a user datagram protocol. This is a UDP based protocol. The source port number is 520. That is means the port number for the routing information protocol is 520. The total length of the packet is 32 bytes. Okay, if I click the routing information protocol further, here you can see that version 2 is working over here. Address is not specified because this packet is only forwarded just for the information purpose. Okay. So this is how the routing information protocol works. Now the data can be forwarded in between them. Well, if you like the session, please subscribe and share to your friends, and have a nice day everyone.